So today in this session I would like to discuss about Mendel law of inheritance, and this topic is very important for the understanding of human genetics, right? This is the basic topic related to human genetics. That topic is fundamental for you for the understanding of all topics related to human genetics. So this topic is very important for us. So that a law, Mendel law of inheritance, that was proposed by Gregor Mendel, right, in 1866, right? And he did his research on pea plant, and he presented his paper on the name of Experiment on Plant Hybridization in the front of Brunn Natural History Society in 1866, but his paper was rejected by all members of Brunn Natural History Society. So why his paper was rejected, right? That is the first question, right? Means when Mendel proposed his law on a inheritance in his famous work Experiment on Plant Hybridization, this was the work, but that was rejected, right? So that was rejected. Why? Was there any problem in the research of Gregor Mendel? So his paper was rejected due to lack of knowledge about cell, lack of knowledge about cell division, lack of knowledge about the role of chromosome, lack of knowledge about the idea about a gene or factor which are responsible for inheritance presented in chromosome. I know anybody able to understand about inheritance can be studied in a statistical manner. So that was the causes behind the rejection of the Mendel law of inheritance. But in 1900, there were three important scientists. One, Tessermark, Eric van Tessermark, कार्ल कॉरेंस एंड ह्यूगो डेवरेज। ये तीन महत्वपूर्ण साइंटिस्ट थे जिन्होंने अपना खुद इंडिपेंडेंट स्टडी किया और उस स्टडी के आधार पर दे फाउंड दैट मेंडल वाज करेक्ट। सो इन 1900 देर वाज rediscovery of there was rediscovery of Mendel law of inheritance, and after that we are able to understand about the contribution of Gregor Mendel in the field of genetics, and therefore we recognize Mendel as a father of genetics, and therefore this topic is very important for us, right? So basically in this topic at first we try to understand about Mendel experiment on pea plants, right? So first question is that why did Mendel choose a pea plant for research? मेंडल ने पी प्लांट को ही अपने रिसर्च के लिए क्यों चुना? Why he had selected about the pea plant for his research? So he selected pea plant scientifically because pea plant में कुछ इम्पॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है, कुछ इम्पॉर्टेंट फीचर थे. Pea plant has great variation. First thing is that variation present in pea plant. Second is it has ability to self pollination, right? So that is also important. And third is it has ability to cross pollination, and fourth it has short life cycle, right? So these are the four important features which are very important for the research in the field of inheritance, in the field of genetics. So Mendel had chosen pea plant due to these important factors, and therefore Mendel did research on pea plant. But Mendel, he did two types of experiment on pea plant. First is monohybrid experiment, right? Monohybrid experiment in which he did research on the transmission of single trait from one generation to the next generation. And second, he did research on dihybrid experiment of pea plant in which he did research on the inheritance of two traits which were different with each other from one generation to the next generation, and therefore we need to understand about a Mendel experiment on pea plant, right? And after that we will try to understand about the Mendel law of inheritance. So first, mono hybrid experiment, right? So in this experiment Mendel selected 7 different traits. मेंडल ने 7 डिफरेंट ट्रेड्स को अलग अलग समय में एक ट्रेड्स का इनहेरिटेंस का स्टडी किया. सो हियर वी कैन सेलेक्ट वन इम्पॉर्टेंट स्टडी प्योर टॉल प्लांट. मतलब कि मेंडल ने क्या किया कि एक प्योर टॉल प्लांट लिया, एंड सेकेंड he had taken pure dwarf plant, and then at first he presented that as a TT capital T letter, and that is a small t letter, and then he did cross pollination between that. So if you do cross between that, so our result is as like, or you can also make a punnet, right? So you can show that on the punnet also. punnet diagram जो भी इजी हो आप उसको कर सकते हैं. और so he observe about the result, right? So try to understand that is the F1 generation, and result is TT, means he observed about phenotypic expression of the plant of F1 generation. So here all plants were tall, right? सभी लंबे थे फिनोटाइपिकली. और जीनोटाइप इनका क्या था कि दिस इज जीनोटाइप. जीनोटाइप मीन्स जेनेटिक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. So when Mendel did experiment on pea plant, basically when he studied about the inheritance of single trait from one generation to next generation, in F1 generation he found that all plants were tall. But after that he did cross, he did after that he did a self pollination between the plants of F1 generation. So here you can see about the result of self pollination. So if we make Punnett diagram for that, तो ऐसे Punnett diagram बना सकते हैं और observe about the result. So here that is TT and that is TT and that is TT, right? So this is the F2 generation, यानी सेकेंड जनरेशन का ये रिजल्ट है। और जब आप सेकेंड जनरेशन के रिजल्ट को देखते हैं तो रिजल्ट हमारे पास टीटी के रूप में है, इस रूप में है और इस रूप में है, राइट? सो दिस इज जीनोटाइप। हियर आई हैव रिटेन genotype of these plants, so that is 1:2:1. But if we try to observe about the phenotypic expression, right, so that is 3:1. That is 3:1. How? This is tall plant, this is tall plant, and this is also tall plant, and this is dwarf plant, right? So this is the result. After that, Mendel repeatedly do experiment on that, but he always found that in second generation, third generation, when he did a self pollination between F1 generation type plant, so here try to understand, if you do self pollination, so result will be 3:1. और अगर इसमें अगर आप करेंगे तो सब ड्वार्फी आएगा, इसमें अगर आप करेंगे सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन तो सब ये जो है आपका टोटल टॉल आएगा। सो ही फाउंड रिजल्ट, है ना, क्या रिजल्ट पाता है? 3:1, एंड दैट इज द स्टैटिस्टिकल एनालिसिस ऑफ ग्रेगर मेंडल about the inheritance pattern of the single trait of pea plant. And on the basis of that, Gregor Mendel proposed his two important laws, right? First is law of dominance, and second is law of segregation. But after that, he did dihybrid experiment. इसमें क्या होता है कि he had taken two different traits of plant, यानी उसने ऐसा प्लांट लिया जिसमें टू डिफरेंट ट्रेट्स है, and he tried to observe about the inheritance pattern of two different plants from one generation to next generation, and he observed about the inheritance of the two important traits of pea plant from one generation to the next generation in the hybrid experiment. So first you can see that he had taken a pea plant which is basically pure yellow and rounded, right? So try to understand here. He had taken yellow plant which was rounded, यानी उसका सीड जो है येलो और राउंडेड है, ठीक है। और सेकेंड ही हैड टेकन wrinkled and green, right? Means pure green and wrinkle। और फिर क्या किया कि फर्स्ट जनरेशन में क्या किया कि इनके बीच क्रॉस कराया। सो इसको उसने रिप्रेजेंट कैसे किया कि वाई आर, यानी कैपिटल वाई कैपिटल आर मीन्स येलो राउंडेड, और स्मॉल वाई और स्मॉल आर means pure green and a wrinkled plant, and he did cross between them. So here result is YR. YR, it means in F1 generation all plants were yellow rounded, right? ये hybrid है, but this is the F1 generation. बट इन F2 जनरेशन वो क्या करता है कि इसके बीच सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन कराता है, राइट? He did self pollination about the result of F1 generation. तो सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन का मतलब क्या हुआ कि फिर आप इसके दोनों के बीच आप कराएंगे और फिर इसको उसने पुनेट से एक तरह से इवैल्यूएट किया। आप ऐसे इसको पुनेट डायग्राम में प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं। सो ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इन दिस वे। तो हियर this is YR and this is YR and this is YR and this is YR, राइट? तो ये गैमेट इस तरह के बन जाएंगे और गैमेट जो बनेगा तो गैमेट के बाद फिर आप उसको एक तरह से क्रॉस कर दीजिए तो फिर आपका रिजल्ट तैयार हो जाएगा, राइट? फर्स्ट में YR YR। सो फर्स्ट है ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, बस लिखने का थोड़ा सा प्रैक्टिस कर लेना है, फिर इसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं होती है, राइट? सेकेंड यू कैन सी YR कैपिटल, यहाँ ध्यान रखना है, यहाँ दोनों Y कैपिटल है, दोनों R स्मॉल है, यहाँ Y कैपिटल फिर Y स्मॉल फिर R कैपिटल और R स्मॉल, यहाँ पर Y कैपिटल Y स्मॉल और दोनों R स्मॉल, यहाँ पर जो होगी Y कैपिटल Y स्मॉल दोनों R कैपिटल, यहाँ पर फिर Y कैपिटल Y स्मॉल R कैपिटल एक स्मॉल R, यहाँ पर दोनों Y स्मॉल दोनों R कैपिटल और यहाँ पर दोनों Y स्मॉल और R एक कैपिटल और एक स्मॉल। यहाँ पर देखिए कि Y एक कैपिटल दूसरा स्मॉल फिर R कैपिटल फिर R स्मॉल फिर Y कैपिटल Y स्मॉल फिर R स्मॉल दोनों, फिर यहाँ पर Y स्मॉल और दोनों ही Y स्मॉल R कैपिटल और R स्मॉल और यहाँ पर Y R स्मॉल, राइट? तो ये रिजल्ट आया, मेंडल ने जब डी हाइब्रिड एक्सपेरिमेंट किया तो ये रिजल्ट आया, राइट? इस रिजल्ट का मतलब क्या है कि रिजल्ट का मतलब है कि यहाँ पर 9 जो है आपको येलो और राउंड है, 3 जो है येलो रिंकल्ड है, 3 जो है ग्रीन राउंड है और 3 जो है सॉरी 1 जो है आपका यहाँ पर ग्रीन एंड रिंकल्ड है, राइट? बेसिक थिंग है कि इसी को एक्सप्लेनेशन करना है और इसके रिजल्ट के आधार पर मेंडल प्रपोज्ड हिज अनदर इम्पॉर्टेंट लॉ दैट इज नोन एज ए लॉ ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंट असॉर्टमेंट, है ना? तो दैट वाज द experiment. So on the basis of that experiment, Mendel gathered information, है ना? इस एक्सपेरिमेंट से मेंडल ने कुछ एक तरह से इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर किया। क्या इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर किया, है ना। तो मेंडल कहते हैं कि ईच कैरेक्टर इज डिटरमाइंड बाय फैक्टर्स, है ना, विच कम इन पेयर। वो कहते हैं कि जो ट्रेट है, तो प्रत्येक ट्रेट जो है डिटरमाइंड बाय फैक्टर्स है, और फैक्टर जो है, टुडे वी नो दैट दैट फैक्टर इज जीन, but that comes in pair in which 50% allele comes from mother side and 50% allele comes from father side। यानी कि जो फैक्टर है, उस फैक्टर के संदर्भ में इंफॉर्मेशन मेंडल ने गैदर किया कि एक जो फैक्टर है वो फैक्टर किस तरह से काम कर रहा। दूसरा, उन्होंने ये इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर किया कि इन हेट्रोजाइगस कंडीशन, है ना। हेट्रोजाइगस कंडीशन का मतलब क्या है कि जैसे हम लोग ये टी की बात करते हैं, ठीक है, और फिर टी की बात करते हैं, ठीक है, तो दिस इज हेट्रोजाइगस कंडीशन। टू डिफरेंट जो है, एक तरह से ट्रेट जो है, जीनोटाइप को ध्यान रखना है कि जब कभी भी इफ यू ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट द जेनेटिकल कैरेक्टर ऑफ ट्रेट, सो keep in mind here I am talking about genotype, so that genotype is heterozygous, right? In such way, when you are talking, you are observing about that condition, right? So that condition is also heterozygous, right? And F1 generation में heterozygous था। तो heterozygous कंडीशन में मेंडल क्या कहते हैं कि वन अलील इज डोमिनेंट, राइट, ये इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर करते हैं, और अनदर इज रिसेसिव, राइट टू अंडरस्टैंड। और फिर कहते हैं कि ओनली डोमिनेंट ट्रेट एक्सप्रेस इटसेल्फ इन हेट्रोजाइगस कंडीशन और F1 generation। In such way, here if you see, so this is dominant and this is dominant, so this trait expressed itself in heterozygous condition in first generation, and therefore on the basis of that Mendel proposed his very important law of dominance, right? So try to understand कि Mendel did experiment, then Mendel observed, gathered information on the basis of his research, and when he gathered data, statistical data, so then he analyzed about that statistical data, and on the basis of that analysis he proposed his law of inheritance. But here I am only discussing about information gathered by Gregor Mendel through his own experiment on plant hybridization, right? So that is very important for us. So third important information Mendel gathered on the basis of his own experiment in F2 generation. What happened in F2 generation? Try to understand. In F2 generation, when he did self pollination between the first generation plants, so he found three types of genotype. He found three types of genotype. So here you try to see, I have already discussed one type of genotype in which both are capital T, second type genotype, one capital T, one small t, and third type of genotype, both are small t, right? In this type, we also got information in dihybrid experiment. So on the basis of that, because here he got two sample, two genotype related to one capital T or one small t. So that was the F2 generation. So what happened in F2 generation? Try to understand. Means ki here that is F1 generation. So because T was capital T was dominant, so only that express in phenotype. Here try to understand. He also observe about the phenotype F or phenotypic expression of the plant, right? But in F2 generation, he found that the dwarf plant also express itself. यानी 3:1 जो हम लोगों ने पढ़ा, तो इस 3:1 में क्या हुआ कि जो ड्वार्फ प्लांट है वो भी एक्सप्रेस कर रहा। तो मेंडल कह रहे हैं कि हियर इन जायगोट दैट इज गैमिट, है ना। तो मेंडल कह रहे हैं कि गैमिट इज ऑलवेज प्योर। गैमिट जो होता है वो हमेशा प्योर होता है, एंड दैट recessive trait which was not expressed itself in F1 generation that segregated from dominant allele and express itself in second generation, right? So on the basis of that, Mendel proposed his law of segregation, right? यानी लॉ ऑफ सेग्रीगेशन जो है इसको मेंडल ने प्रपोज किया, एंड दैट वाज वेरी important contribution of Mendel in the field of genetics, because before that Charles Darwin, right, who had believed in blending inheritance, but Mendel rejected about the concept of blending inheritance, and then Mendel also gathered information from dihybrid experiment, क्योंकि डाई हाइब्रिड एक्सपेरिमेंट में मेंडल ने क्या किया कि टू इंपॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टर का स्टडी किया, है ना, टू इंपॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टर। अब ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि टू इंपॉर्टेंट जो कैरेक्टर मेंडल ने स्टडी किया, तो यहाँ पर ये जो स्मॉल वाई है ना, जो कि ग्रीन को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा, और स्मॉल आर जो है ये रिंकल को एक्सप्रेस कर रहा। लेकिन आप देखो कि स्मॉल वाई कई जगह वहां से निकल चुका है। सो मेंडल हैज प्रपोज्ड हिज थ्री लॉ मिलेगा, लॉ ऑफ डोमिनेंस, द लॉ ऑफ सेग्रीगेशन एंड द लॉ ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंट असॉर्टमेंट। बट there are four important basic fundamental law related to genetics which was proposed by Gregor Mendel. So here you can remember about four important things. The law of unit character, right? What is this? So in this law, Mendel said that each character is determined by factor which comes in pair, in which half allele come from mother side and half allele come from father side, right? तो that is correct. Presently हम लोग जानते हैं कि जो फैक्टर्स है ये है जीन, राइट, और जीन भी पेयर में रहता है, दैट इज इन पेयर, राइट। तो पेयर में जीन रहेगा तो इसमें भी हाफ क्या आता है मदर साइड से एंड हाफ आ जाता है फादर साइड से, राइट। सो दैट इज द बेसिक फंडामेंटल law related to genetics which was proposed by Gregor Mendel. Second was the law of dominance, which I already discussed. So here Mendel said that in heterozygous condition, right, one allele is dominant and other is recessive, and only dominant allele express itself in heterozygous condition, right. हेटरोजाइगस कंडीशन में रिसेसिव अलील अपने को एक्सप्रेस नहीं करता है और इसीलिए वो डोमिनेंट अलील होता है, डोमिनेंट जीन होता है. थर्ड, द लॉ ऑफ सेग्रेगेशन, राइट. यानी यहां पर मेंडल ने क्या प्रपोज किया कि जो गैमिट है ना, सो गैमिट इज ऑलवेज प्योर. Those recessive alleles didn't express itself in first generation. They expressed itself in second generation and they segregated from dominant allele, right. So segregated from dominant allele and express itself in homozygous condition. So the law of segregation is very important and therefore gamete is always pure. And fourth, the law of independent assortment means when two or more than trait or two or more than two genes inherited in next generation, one और अदर एक दूसरे को इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं करते हैं. इनहेरिटेंस इज इंडिपेंडेंटली एंड सेपरेटली एंड देयरफॉर अगर जीन एक साथ हैं तो मेंडल का कहना है कि inheritance of the trait, inheritance of the gene, inheritance of the factors are independently with each other, and that is also very fundamental law for genetics, right. So these are the four important law of genetics which was proposed by Mendel, but it has some limitations, right. So you can also understand about some limitations related to Mendel law of inheritance. First important limitations is Mendel didn't give focus about polygenic inheritance, right? Polygenic inheritance means there are many traits even in human being which are determined by more than one genes and therefore their inheritance influenced by more than one genes, right. So that was exception about the Mendel law of inheritance. Second, Mendel also didn't give focus about multifactorial inheritance. What it means? Multifactorial inheritance means Mendel observed about the genotype, the role of genotype, and he also observed about the phenotype. So Mendel didn't give focus to understand about the role of environment for the phenotypic expression of factors or genes. मेंडल ने इसको ऑब्जर्व नहीं किया कि व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ इन्वायरमेंट, बट देयर आर सम इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल ऑफ इन्वायरमेंट also. Environment also influence about the expression of trait, and third there is a co-dominance, right. जैसे ए बी ब्लड ग्रुप है ना, तो ए बी ब्लड ग्रुप का क्या है कि shows co-dominance. So that was the limitations of Gregor Mendel, but in spite of these types of limitation, the role of Mendel was very important. His contribution was great.